What's up, YouTube? It's Big Ace Films here. So I wanted to go into a little video of what it was like to be in the Marine Corps. I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years. I was on a base where we were required to get haircuts once a week, and I wanted to go into a little detail of how to save money as an E2 all the way up until an E5. Okay? So in the Marine Corps, you think starting out, you're the bee's knees, you're getting in the military, period, and you're doing pretty good. And then you get that first paycheck and you realize there's a lot taken out of that first paycheck. So you're provided housing, meals, medical, you have a job, you have everything you could want. So you're pretty much taken care of in the military sense. But for you, you kind of want that extra spending money. So with that being said, you've kind of got to cut back in different places. So haircuts once a week, $10 back in the day. I don't know if it's still the same price, but I was on Quantico for 4 years, and I'd have to get a haircut at $10, add a tip in there, and that would come out to be around $40 just with a haircut. Tips added in, probably about $55 average, give or take some. And monthly, that's every month. So for the past 4 years in the Marine Corps, when I was in, I would give my own self a haircut. Some guy, he was telling me about it. He was telling me how to cut my own hair, and I was like, yo, that's such a good idea. Why am I not trying that? He was like, yeah, if you mess up, all you got to do is shave it off. And I was like, I don't know if I want to be bald, but to be honest with you, it's a great way to learn how to start cutting your hair. Just start out simple and small and work your way up. So to save money in the Marine Corps throughout my time, I learned to cut my own hair. And I started right around when I hit the fleet, which was my station. All in all, in the Marine Corps total, for 4 years cutting my own hair every single week, I saved $2,640. That doesn't sound like a lot over 4 years, but in all reality, getting out of the Marine Corps with an extra $2,600, that's not bad. And that's all just doing it myself, learning how to do it, and it's something easy to do. Anybody can do it. It doesn't matter what type of hair you have, all you got to do is work with it and learn how to cut it yourself. And you can also cut other people's hair and charge them as well if you were doing it in the barracks. But that's your own if you want to go into a business of sort like that and do under the table deals and different stuff. But yeah, so there's a lot of different ways to save money in the military. Starting out as an E1 through an E5, you don't make a whole lot of money. So in that aspect, you try to save wherever you can. Typically, somebody who's new to the military and is not used to having all that money is going to go off and blow it. Now, like I said earlier, you're going to have your meals paid for you, your housing paid for you, your medical paid for you, all this stuff's paid for you. Now, your meals, that's going to be money that's taken out of your own paycheck. It's a little over $300 every month coming out your paycheck that you got to eat at the chow hall, the galley, whatever you like to call it. And that's money that's set aside that you can't touch every single month. So you have to eat where the military tells you to eat. It kind of sucks sometimes because the same food over and over and over again, it really does get old. But to be honest, if you stick with the schedule and you try to get as many meals as you can at the chow hall, you're going to save a lot of money. There were people in the Marine Corps that I saw spend money left and right on food that were still had to eat at the chow hall. They'd go off and they'd buy anywhere between $50 to $250 worth of food every single month. As an E2 to an E5, that's a little difficult to do unless you have some years behind you and you're a salty old Marine. So a couple of ways of saving money is going to be cutting your own hair, which I learned really fast to do, and trying to stick to a chow hall diet as much as it hurts. I know. But eventually you get used to picking out the good foods, the greens, the veggies, and everything else, and it's not so bad. Depending on what base you are at in the chow hall and the galley that they have for you, it's really going to vary the food they have. And with COVID now, I know things are a little bit wacko, but if you're an E2 all the way up until an E5 and you still live in the barracks or whatever, I highly suggest eating at that chow hall or galley just because you are going to save a lot of money not going out and buying food or groceries for your room or whatever you're going to be eating for the next month. To break it down a little bit further, for somebody who lives in the barracks and doesn't get that out in town meal rate, they don't get BAS, they're getting that food money taken out of their paycheck and they don't get to touch it, they don't get to see it. All they see of their money is going online and seeing that much taken out in their pay stub. So if someone was to go out for 4 years straight and spend $100 every month on food, that's $4,800 worth of food that you are buying and paying for yourself. Now, up that to $200 every month, and you times it times 12 times 4, you're going to be spending $9,600 on food in a period of 4 years. That's a lot of money you could be saving if you can suck it up and just work it out. Eat where you can at the chow hall. Make sure you get every single meal you can and try not to skip a meal. In a future video that I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys how to cut your own hair. All right. This is one way to save yourself some time and money the next however long you're in the military. And for even when you're out in the civilian sector. Doesn't matter where, you can cut your own hair anywhere. It's nice. But it's going to be up to you in order to make the decision about utilizing the chow hall, the galley, or whatever it is versus spending your extra money on groceries.